Hello guys. I want to start off by saying literally I was not expecting to start my journey on social media, literally just in general, like talking about faith. That wasn't my plan. Although let me say this, I don't regret it. Although let me also say this. Like my life has been very hard. And I think it's a miracle that I believe in God, although I am glad that I do, you know. Um Absolutely, I am. Um, you know, been through a lot of different challenges and things like that. I feel like I've been disrespected throughout most of my life. I mean and I mean to say this not necessarily saying you know, like, I mean, I don't know, like literally, I don't know. Actually, there's really no way of explaining that, to be fair. Although, yeah, I felt like I needed to say that. Um, and I'm not gonna go into that, and I'm not gonna explain reasons why. Although, like, I don't know. If it's how you feel, it's how you feel. Although today's gonna be a good video, guys. I'm gonna be reading from Leviticus chapter 26 verses. I'm gonna be reading Leviticus chapter 26 verses 20 to 46. Now I'm gonna start. And your strength shall be spent in vain, for your land shall not yield its produce, nor shall the trees of the land yield their fruit. Then if you walk contrary to me, and are not willing to obey me, I will bring on you 7 times more plagues, according to your sins. I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children, destroy your livestock, and make you few in number. And your highways shall be desolate. And if by these things you are not reformed by me, but walk contrary to me, then I also will walk contrary to you. And I will punish you yet 7 times for your sins. And I will bring a sword against you that will execute the vengeance of the covenant. When you are gathered together within your cities, I will send pestilence among you, and you shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy. When I have cut off your supply of bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall have and they shall bring back your bread by weight, and you shall eat and not be satisfied. And after all this, if you do not obey me, but walk contrary to me, then I also will walk contrary to you in fury. For I even even I, will chastise you 7 times for your sins. You shall eat the flesh of your sons, and you shall eat the flesh of your daughters. I will destroy your high places, cut down your incense altars, and cast your carcasses on the lifeless forms of your idols. And my soul shall abhor you. I will lay your cities waste and bring your sanctuaries to desolation, and I will not smell the fragrance of your sweet aromas. I will bring the land to desolation, and your enemies who dwell in it shall be astonished at it. I will scatter you among the nations, and draw out a sword after you. Your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste. Then the land shall enjoy its Sabbaths as long as it lies desolate, and you are in your enemy's land. Then the land shall rest and enjoy its Sabbaths. As long as it lies desolate, it shall rest. For the time it did not rest on your Sabbaths when you dwelt in it. And as for those of you who are left, I will send faintness into your hearts in the lands of their enemies. The sound of a shaken leaf shall cause them to flee. They shall flee as though fleeing from a sword, and they shall fall when no one pursues. They shall stumble over one another as it were before a sword, when no one pursues, and you shall have no power to stand before your enemies. You, you, you shall perish among the nations, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. And those of you who are left shall waste away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands, and also in their fathers' iniquities, which are with them, they shall waste away. But if they confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their unfaithfulness in which they were unfaithful to me, and that they also have walked contrary to me, and that I also have walked contrary to them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies. If their uncircumcised hearts are humbled, and they accept their guilt, then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and my covenant with Isaac, and my covenant with Abraham I will remember. I will remember the land. The land also shall be left empty by them, and will enjoy its Sabbaths while it lies desolate without them. They will accept their guilt because they despised my judgments, and because their soul abhorred my statutes. Yet for all that, when they are in the land of their enemies, I will not cast them away, nor shall I abhor them to utterly destroy them and break my covenant with them. For I am the Lord your God. But for their sake I will remember the covenant of their ancestors, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt in the sight of nations, that I may be their God. I am the Lord. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between himself and the children of Israel on Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses. Okay, so guys, like, that talks about, like, literally keeping your faith in God, like, no matter, like, how, like, hard it might seem, like, like, even if it's like a little faith, like, like, no matter, like, what the circumstances are, and, like, like, just things like that, like, you have to have your faith in God, like, yeah, you just have to, like, as long as you keep your faith in God, like, you have to make sure you actually, you have to make sure you actually keep your faith in God. And let me say this, like, like, there are a lot of people who claim that they're Christians, and, like, a lot of different religions, like, like, obviously, like, like, although if they don't keep their faith in God, like, then, like, they aren't, in my opinion. And what I mean by that is they have to actually read the word. Actually, like, I like, actually, like, 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 I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. Like, actually read the word. And a lot of people don't actually do that. That is the truth. I know a lot of people who don't actually do that. And, like, when you don't actually do that, the question is, do you actually believe in God? Because that's one of his commandments, like, and pray, like, I used to have, like, struggles with these things too, believe me, like, like, I've gotten, like, grounded now, like, 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 I just have, like, I've gotten more invested, like, so, yeah, you have to be sure that you're doing those things, like, yeah, so, like, literally, yeah, and you have to also make sure that you're not worshiping idols. I also struggle with this, and I might still struggle with this a little bit, although I'm getting better, so, like, we have to remember, like, to do these different things. And that's all I wanted to say, guys. I don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please do so. I hope you have a blessed day. God bless you all.